fact that some people have made a lot of money like a chain letter. What does crypto do?
I don't understand the question. What
is the use of crypto? It pays no dividend. It doesn't represent an asset you can put your fingers on. There is nothing there. It is just an idea that it will go up in price.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Harari Boy, and today I wanted to talk about the so-called Bitcoin crash, or is it actually crashing, or going to zero, I should say. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive right in. Alright guys, as some of you may know, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. I've been searching all over Netflix to watch Dragon Ball episodes, but unfortunately Netflix here just doesn't have them. But you know which version of Netflix does? Netflix Japan. Some of you might be wondering, how on earth am I accessing Netflix Japan, right? Well, that's where NordVPN comes in. NordVPN is one of the top VPN services out there. It allows you to mask your location and browse securely, which is perfect for protecting your privacy. Plus, NordVPN can basically change your location to anywhere in the world with just a few clicks. So it's just as easy as that. That's how I'm able to access Netflix Japan and binge all of the Dragon Ball episodes that I can fathom. It's not just about watching international shows, however. NordVPN adds an extra layer of security basically as you're browsing, so your personal information stays safe and your online activity remains private. If you want to unlock more content and protect your privacy online, head over to nordvpn.com/harariboy to get over 70% off a 2-year subscription plus 3 months free. And if you don't like it, you can cancel within 30 days and get a money back guarantee. It is worth the peace of mind and extra content you'll have access to. All right, so everybody's asking the same question. Is this the beginning of the end of Bitcoin, or is this exactly when you need to build wealth? Most people are going to make emotional decisions. I already know. So let's talk about what that actually means and what actually matters. First of all, don't panic. Every market has cycles. Fear always feels justified while it's happening. The media makes money from panic at the end of the day. So emotional investing usually creates emotional losses. I don't want that for you. Before you buy or sell anything, understand why the market is moving, right? Do your research. So why is Bitcoin falling right now, right? Investors are moving into safer assets. You know, that tends to happen with this. Less money is flowing into crypto. Large holders are taking profit, uncertainty in the market, and people are losing confidence. That last key point is literally the driving factor of why it's crashing right now. So people just don't have confidence in it. People never really had confidence in it long term. They always played it as a gamble. So that's what this is. But we'll talk about whether or not if you should invest in it and how you should invest in it. Don't confuse the price with the value of the Bitcoin. So the two doesn't correlate. Something becoming cheaper doesn't automatically make it a bargain. Now, if it's a good growth stock mutual fund like the S&P 500 or something like that, I would say that go ahead and double down when it goes down. I mean, that time it could be a bargain sale just because the risk is so spread out across multiple stocks. But whereas Bitcoin is like a single stock, it's just going to have one, like if it goes down, that's it, your money's done. So it also doesn't mean that it's worthless. Well, like history has shown, Bitcoin has went up, had its ups and downs. So, you know, the market tends to overreact in both directions, essentially, right? This kind of coincides with gold as well. Gold had its peak this year and I hear is down now as well. So yeah, this is kind of how the single markets kind of work. So never put all your eggs in one basket. All right. So Bitcoin has experienced major crashes before. Every crash felt different. Like, why is this time any different type of deal? Nobody knew where the bottom was, and past performance never guaranteed the future. So at the end of the day, and yeah, rightfully so. Now, if you are, again, going back to groups of stocks like the S&P 500, you can look at the 100-year performance, past performance, and use that indicative of the future, but history just gives clues. It's never a certainty. All right. So nobody can predict the bottom at the end of the day. You need to ignore the people claiming that they know the bottom first and foremost. You need to ignore people promising guaranteed riches. And if someone could predict markets perfectly, they wouldn't need YouTube at the end of the day. End of the day. All right, yeah. So essentially, the biggest risk isn't Bitcoin. The biggest risk is investing money that you can't afford to lose. So I go back to the billionaire example. If a billionaire lost $500,000, they burnt it into flames, which this actually does happen. I mean, we just saw Elon Musk lose his trillionaire status and not care, right? It doesn't affect his life at all. So whatever that amount of money is for you, is the money I would say to throw at this thing if you guys want to play that game. Just don't let it be all of your savings, everything that you have into it, because you might not hit big and you might never hit big. So just keep that in mind. Don't let it be life-changing money. Also, do not borrow money to invest in this. This is dangerous. I've seen people do this as well. It's a very dumb thing to do. Do not do that. And don't put yourself into unnecessary financial stress chasing this quick wealth. All right. Again, just to reiterate, if this money changes your life, you've probably invested too much. So that's always the rule of thumb. That's different for everybody. All right. So build your financial foundation first. So me coming from uh, a construction background, essentially you always need a foundation for any structure you're about to build. And for that, it's essentially Dave Ramsey calls it your four walls, your necessities, food, bills, things of that nature, and make sure your house isn't crashing down. So eliminate high interest debt, build an emergency fund, live below your means, invest consistently, and have a stable income at the end of the day. All right. Speculative investments become much less stressful in this scenario. All right. So yeah, dollar cost averaging. What is this? Don't try to time every bottom. Like Dave Ramsey famously says, you can't time the market. Invest gradually. Consistency usually beats emotion. Small investments over time remove the guesswork out of it. All right. So social media is definitely dangerous. Don't follow these influencers and advice into investing in these meme coins. They would literally take advantage of you. They have taken advantage of a lot of their followers in the past. So ignore the 100x guarantee. Ignore the overnight wealth promises. Ignore fear-driven headlines, and think long-term at the end of the day. So wealth building, just to reiterate, isn't built overnight. Investing isn't gambling. Slow wealth is real wealth. Discipline beats excitement every single time, and patience beats the hype. All right. So that should be your approach. My personal approach, obviously, I don't invest with borrowed money. I don't panic sell. I don't chase every new trend out there. I only invest money I'm prepared to leave alone, like again, set on fire. And if it hits, it hits. If not, it doesn't change my life. And if prices fall, I don't let emotion make my decisions for me. So, yep, those are the key things that I would do as my approach. But the final takeaways I want you to look at is people who usually win aren't the smartest people. They're usually the most patient ones, the ones that stay calm through this emotional, distress. Build your financial foundation first. Always stay out of unnecessary debt. I mean, that should be obvious. Invest consistently, be patient, and remember, nobody gets rich by making emotional decisions. All right. But yeah, so tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Is Bitcoin creating a opportunity, or do you think there's more downside ahead? And if you enjoy practical, common sense financial content like this, subscribe, because that's what this channel is all about. Thank you guys for your support as always, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.